Meghan Markle has announced that she's gone back to acting, but it's not the fairy tale move she's trying to make it out to be. So let me explain why this is a backwards and humiliating move for Megsy. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught my eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this, shall we? Because Megsy has announced that she's gone back to acting, but it's not the fairy tale move she's trying to make it out to be. So I'm going to explain during this video why this is actually a backwards and humiliating move for Megsy, and I'm going to show you with receipts as always. And so here is the story that's making the headlines right now. Meghan Markle's set for first return to acting in 8 years with rolling comedy movie, and she's gonna play herself. She's set to star in a new film alongside the likes of Lily Collins, Brie Larson and Jack Quaid. She's reportedly going to be playing herself in the film called Close Personal Friends. Follows two couples where one is famous and the other is not. She was seen on set yesterday in Pasadena, LA, in the Amazon MGM Studios production. A source telling The Sun, quote, "This is a massive moment for Meghan and signifies a return to what she truly loves. She has been swamped with offers, but this one felt right. Prince Harry is, of course, really supportive and quite simply wants Meghan to do whatever brings her joy." Now, I checked on IMDb what this whole film is all about, right? Close Personal Friends. And here you can see, yeah, it's starring the likes of Jack Quaid, Brie Larson, writers Isaac Aptaker, Jason Orley, director Jason Orley. Now, this is Megsy going backwards for a couple of reasons. Firstly, over 5 years ago, and I reported this on my channel here, she allegedly said that she'd only go back to acting if she worked with the A-list directors such as Ava DuVernay, because everything else, allegedly, was cheesy and beneath her. But in this new film that she's now attached to, she's working with a director called Jason Orley, who has directed lesser-known films such as I Want You Back and Big Time Adolescence. Now, Googling those films a little bit further, I Want You Back was a streaming exclusive with Amazon Prime, and Big Time Adolescence, again, was another streaming exclusive film, but with Hulu. So, first and foremost, Megsy is working with a director whose films have never made it to the big screen in the cinema in the first place. And is also working with a director that's not as well known or as respected as the likes of Ava DuVernay. So she's gone backwards there. Now, in October 2022, in an interview with Variety, she was asked if she would return to acting now that she's left the royal family. And she says, "No, I'm done. I guess never say never, but my intention is to absolutely not." Now, I wonder what's changed here. Because here she was determined in her intentions to not return back to acting if she didn't work with A-list directors, mind you, as I've just shown a few moments ago. However, here we are. She's returned to acting, working with a director, again, who's not A-list, not well known, and has never had a film release at the cinemas. Now, Megsy is actually being slammed for the timing of this announcement. Here's the article. Meghan Markle accused of trying to overshadow William in Brazil. Royal fans now think the acting news was intentionally planned at the same time as Prince William's massive Brazil moment to overshadow the future king. One fan writing, "Couldn't this wait until Wills has left Rio?" Another says she announces it conveniently whilst William is at Earthshot. And this is the thing. It's not the first, and it's probably not going to be the last time that Megsy and Hazza announce something major at the same time that the royal family is doing something major to try and overshadow them. Now, the reactions, of course, have been coming in thick and fast on X. I'm going to show you a few of them right now. Here's Maddie Keeping Tune saying, when a cameo in a low-budget Z-list film gets markled, you just know this was markled before it even began. Such are the triumphs of anyone who associates with her. Yeah, this film is going to get a lot of hate watching. I mean, let's be real here. It's not going to do as well as the other two films that he's directed. And based on the history of this director in particular, and it being filmed at Amazon Studios, what's the betting that this film is going to go straight to streaming? That it's not going to see the light of day in any cinema whatsoever? Now, we also have a reaction from Richard Eden, the Daily Mail diary editor and broadcaster, saying, here's one Hollywood role Meghan should be able to manage, playing herself. Murky Meg says, is this a joke? Come on, has she ever really stopped acting? I don't think so. I don't think we know the real Megsy. She puts out there what she thinks we want. No, it never works. It never works. And here we've got my good friend Revealing the Narc saying the following. Meghan Markle's acting comeback is literally her playing Meghan Markle. When the role is just the persona you're already performing, is it acting or just branding? Because this is the thing, right? What's the betting that there's going to be a little bit of product placement in the film when it comes to her as ever spreads and wine and all that malarkey, right? What deal has Megsy struck with Amazon Studios to actually be in this film in the first place? But again, going around full circle here, this is not the fairy tale next career move that Megsy is trying to make it out to be. She has gone absolutely backwards in her career for doing this. Because again, first and foremost, she turns round and she says, allegedly a few years ago, that she'd only return to acting if she worked with A-list directors like Ava DuVernay. Well, as I've just established, the director of this film, Close Personal Friends, Jason Hawley, respect where respect's due, fair play, but he ain't at the kind of heights of directors like Ava DuVernay, is he? But let's be real here, right? Plus, as well, in Variety a couple of years ago, she says her intention is absolutely not to return back to acting. I wonder what's changed for all of a sudden to go back on screen with a lesser-known director where two of his films have gone straight to streaming, has never seen the light of day in a cinema theatre, and she's playing herself. This is Megsy going backwards. But enough about what I think. What do you guys think? With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, and of course there's going to be more, then make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe here on YouTube. If you're watching on X, make sure you're following me at Stef The Alter Nerd for more misadventures of the gruesome twosome. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. What do you think to the news that Megsy is now going back into acting? Do you think this is a backward step for her? I definitely think so, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate all your faces, and until the next time, you guys, laters.